Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this morning I'm going to be taking in my truck to the dealership for the second time. The first time I dropped it off for 2 weeks. I was out of state, they had it, they couldn't get to the truck. I was pretty frustrated anyways. They set me up a date to drop off my truck, and that's next Monday, where they called me last Friday and told me if I could bring in my truck, they'd be able to get to it this week. They're going to get me a rental. I requested another Super Duty or at least a diesel, so we'll see what they get. But first I want to show you the leaks. I'm getting the warranty work done on my upper oil pan leak. That's notorious on our trucks, and since they're going to have to remove the transmission if they do it right, they're going to go ahead and replace the rear main seal. So I have 2 leaks that are going to get taken care of under warranty work. So let me go ahead and get it underneath the truck and show y'all. Alright, so I'm getting my creeper, got my flashlight. By the way, it's like 40 degrees out here, which means it's too damn cold. Alright, so let's go up underneath. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm right at around 34,000 miles. Please. God bless. Zoom in. Focus. Alright, so there's a perfect visual right there. So alright, so this is going to be your upper oil pan. Alright, and right there is where you're seeing the leak. Alright, and that's the most common location where you're going to see your leak. And then if you look towards the back, you can see some right there. Alright, so this is where it originally started leaking. This is where it caught my attention. Now let's see, I got a left side leak too. It's important y'all catch this before the warranty expires, because they'll do this deleted, non-deleted. These are issues they have on these Ford Super Duties that they know about. Alright, so let's see. This one is not too much, but as you can see, right behind that bolt, you start to see some oil. So there we go. Now for the rear main seal, we're gonna have to scoot our way back. Oh, and I just changed out my transfer case fluid. If you haven't checked out my last video, go ahead and check that out. Alright, so here we are. Bell housing, transmission, and you can see it, maybe not as clear. There's oil starting to leak out from that bell housing, from the transmission. Alright, that is not the oil pan. Alright, there's no leak right there. Sorry. It's right above. So this is coming from that bell housing, which is what they think is rear main seal. Alright, since I'm down here, might as well check valve covers. Alright, so valve covers look good. This side, let me see. Y'all probably won't be able to see it, but I'm doing my checks. Alright, looks good. No leaks from my recent oil change. By the way, I'm going to get a free oil change. Just have to drain the oil. Alright guys, that's it. So that's pretty much the pre-warranty work, pre-surgery. We'll see what rental vehicle I get. Hopefully it's one of those new F250s with the 10 speeds. I definitely want to test drive one of those. Hopefully I get that. I'll be happy with a Ram. I'll be happy with a Cummins. But let me go ahead. I'll take you along for the day, at least up until the end of the service. So yeah, stay tuned. All right guys, so just like I thought, they put me in a F250, a 2021 with the 6.7 diesel. So I have the 10-speed transmission that I get to test drive and use for a week, because they actually gave me this rental up until the 11th of November. So that's 10 days for the dealership to finish the whole upper oil pan leak and the rear main seal. Make sure they do it right. Looks like they didn't have too many mechanics in there, but with everything going on, I'm sure people just are slow to get back into the workforce. But yeah, let me go ahead and do a quick run around. Let's see what this model is. This is an XLT. All right, some Continentals on there. All right, highway tires, nothing too crazy. XLT rental. All right, so here's the engine bay. Not too bad. Batteries in the back now. Airbox is back up in the front. All right. Looks very similar to our variant from the 17 to 19s. Obviously, that what is that? Upper manifold, intake manifold looks slightly. That's different. All right, hot side, cold side pipe. Same old, same old. So very similar. All right, maybe just a few changes. Does comes with additional horsepower and torque, obviously. Trying to outpace each other from generation to generation. Yeah, I'm just gonna drive it around for a week, use it for what I usually, don't change my normal business, don't change the way I drive. We'll see what the miles per gallon difference is, the sound difference, what I like, what I don't like. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm really interested in the 10-speed, the 10R140. So looking forward to just driving it around. I do need to go pick up some rocks. So trailer and a cubic yard. So that's gonna be roughly 3,000 pounds. And I just pulled it with my truck last week. So I'll get to see somewhat of a difference between pulling it, just a 3,000 pound tow behind with my 6R140 versus the 10R140 in the new variant 6.7. So stay tuned. All right, additionally, I reset the trip meter, so we're about to see what miles per gallon. And I reset it once I left the rental car parking lot. So yeah, I only have like 7 miles, 9 miles down. I don't think I've ever seen 19.1 on my truck, even with it not being calibrated. So yeah, we're gonna see how much better we get miles per gallon on this baby than my 2019. But that ain't the full, that isn't the purpose of this video. I did think about trading in my truck a while back for the 10-speed, for the new truck, the bigger screen, and then the 10-speed, the 10R140, but the 6R140 is just too reliable. So we got that going for us 6R140 owners. But ain't nothing wrong with driving around 10-speed for a week. Who knows? I may get teased. Yeah, so I want to do a quick review on this 2021 F250. It has the diesel. Before I turn it in, because first I have to put in about half a tank right now, and then go turn it in an Enterprise, and then go pick up my truck from the dealership. So dropped it off Monday. It's now Friday morning, so it took them roughly a week. Mind you, I think they're having like mechanic shortages all over the place, because every time I go into the dealership I see one, maybe two mechanics in that whole 6-7 bay shop. So it's one of those things where like you got to be realistic with yourselves. At least they gave me a rental for the time being for the week, and I did need to use my hitch to pull about 4,000 pounds. So I'll go ahead and start off the review by mentioning first the miles per gallon. One, because I'm heading toward to the gas station right now. Liometer says 16.6 miles per gallon, 238 miles were driven. I did reset it once I received the truck. And so if that is still a Liometer, even if you shave off about a mile per gallon, you're looking at about 15.6, which really isn't that bad. I want to say 60 miles out of the 240, which is about a quarter of the amount of mileage that I put on the truck this past week, was pulling about a 4,000 pound trailer. Yeah, it ain't much, but there's a lot that goes into the trailer: aerodynamics, weight distribution, and so it's stock trucks, stock wheels. So that's what you can expect out of these new trucks. Is it better than our trucks, I guess the 17 through the 19s? I'm actually going to go towards the back. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, let me go ahead and fill up real quick. Yeah, filling up this joker right now. But as you can see, there's 16.6, 240 miles. Anyways, I only got to fill it up to about 3/4 tank. That's where I got it. All right, so $54 for half a tank, not too bad. It's the world we live in right now, but really still isn't too bad. So looking at it, even if this Liometer is off by a mile per gallon, say if it's 15.5 stock, 6.7, no lift, same stock tires, probably 18-inch wheels, that ain't bad. I think with my deleted truck, if it was stock, I'd probably be getting the same miles per gallon, if not maybe within a mile and a half, maybe 1 to 2 miles per gallon less than the new models. So no, I wouldn't get the new truck when it comes to fuel economy, just because it's maybe slightly better, but it's not significantly better for me to drop my 6R140 for a 10R140 2020 and up F250. So that's my take on fuel economy. Yeah, it's pretty good for a 3/4 ton truck. I think driving around town, I probably would have got around 18, so that really isn't too bad. My stock truck, if I remember when it was stock, I was getting 16 and a half miles per gallon, so not too far off. All right, guys, so continuing with the review, no significant change. Like, it still rides the same as 2017 and 2019's frames, the suspension. You still have the same bump steer. You still have the same body roll. Really, my interest in driving this truck around was the drivability, the 10R140 compared to our 6R140 transmissions. So yeah, you do feel more shifting. There weren't any harsh shifts. Some people may ask, do you like the 10-speed over the 6-speed? I may be biased towards my truck with the 6R140 due to the fact that I know it's a very tried and true transmission, where the 10-speeds have only been out for at least a few years in the Super Duty trucks. I know they've been out. My wife's 2020 Ford Expedition has the 10-speed. I think it's a 10R80. So not rated up to 1,400 foot-pounds of torque as the 10R140s. The shifts still feel firm. Nothing really significant difference with the 6R140. You do get a bump in miles per gallon. I think that's why they went that route. Now, let me go ahead and move into the motor and how I feel with the performance of the powertrain with the motor. So you do feel that it's fast. It really is fast for a stock truck. I'd love to see a deleted 2020 and up truck with a 200 horse tune that can actually plant traction through the rear wheels and see that truck fly, because this truck stock compared to a stock 2017 and 2019 6.7 with the 6-speed, I feel like would burn that generation of trucks. So I did notice it's much quicker, faster. It's still smooth. I want to say it's a little louder, if not just a tad, compared to the 17 to the 19 trucks. It's nothing to keep you away from buying it by any means. Nothing keeps you away from purchasing a 10-speed or a 6-speed over the 10-speed and vice versa. So it's one of those things where it's, flavor of the day, whatever you like, whatever you don't like. But yeah, just maybe slightly louder, but it's faster, it's stronger, no doubt about that. The numbers speak for themselves. But yeah, just comparing it to my truck, it's and mind you, this is an XLT, so I'm also comparing XLT with my Platinum. So I'm not going to be getting into the whole interior, the feel, none of that. The Sync 4 system is still pretty good, or 3.4. I think the 6.4 systems are in the 2022s. Turbo still goes up to, I think, stock 32, 33. That's what I've seen on the turbo meter. So it's nothing significantly different with the turbo. It may have a different one, I'm not sure. But yeah, other than that, it's been a smooth ride, a good ride. Big question that I know subscribers, what y'all are asking: will I trade in my 2019 with the 6-speed with, say, a 2022 with the 10-speed and that badass screen? Now, I really do like the screen, but I will not trade my truck in to get the 10-speed or the new screen. I really wish they make a retrofitted kit for that new screen, and I'll put that into my truck. But I don't feel inclined to trade in my truck for the 10-speed personally. The 6-speed is just as strong. I love that transmission. It's one of the biggest reasons why I went from a 6.7 Cummins. That one had the 68 RFE. Anyways, I didn't have the ice in, and so I feel like jumping to a Ford, I was getting a better quality transmission. And so I highly value the performance, not only from the motor, all Super Duty, heavy duty, modern day diesels are up to par. Cummins, Duramax, Powerstrokes, but really what caught my attention and what I should have focused in the first place was the transmission, with how proven it was. And so yeah, that's the answer. Will I go to a 10 speed after driving one? No, I'm perfectly fine with my 19 Platinum. I could trade in my truck if I wanted to, but I love my truck the way it sits. I do want to put some bigger tires and wheels on it. That'd be cool. So more to follow on that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn in the truck and then take you all to the dealership, pick up my truck, talk with the service desk. They're all pretty cool. And pick up my truck. And I did get a call from the service desk real quick. I almost forgot, but I'll talk more on it later in the video about my thermal exchange valve. As they were refilling the coolant in my truck when they were putting it back together, I didn't know they had to drain the coolant or deal with the AC, but I don't know the service. But it said it started leaking, and so as they were filling up the coolant, it was purging, like as if it was nitrous. So I'm sure it was pretty cool from the mechanic standpoint to see that happen, but to hear about, you know, what happened to my truck, you know, he replaced it. Everything seems to be fine. Check out these trucks. That one looks... Oh yeah, he wrecked that. Big old bay. In my truck somewhere. Probably just like every other dealership, they're backed up. Here we are. Yes, sir. Sitting nice and tight. They said they had this thing wide open. And an oil change. Free oil change. Alright. First start. There we go. Let's check out these notes. As you all can see, here is all the parts. Vehicles leaking oil. All the parts. All the way down to the motor oil. Alright, so let me go ahead and read for y'all, because the mechanic did leave some notes for me. Or probably for the sales manager, service manager. Alright, so what it says, inspected vehicle and found oil leak on upper and lower oil pans and front cover. Cleaned vehicle and test drove to find source of leak. Upon reinspection, found leak from the lower corners of the front timing cover. Didn't know that. Remember, I brought it in to get the upper oil pan leak addressed, and then the rear main seal, from what they saw, was probably the rear main seal. So the timing covers, that's new. Remove transmission and radiator / cooler assemblies to gain access to the front cover and upper oil pan. Removed and resealed front timing cover. Removed upper and lower oil pans, resealed and reinstalled. Reinstalled transmission and cooler assemblies, refilled engine fluids, and test drove to verify repairs. Upon recharging the AC, found the system was not working correctly. Found the expansion valve sticking, causing overpressure condition. Replaced expansion valve and tested system, working after repairs, and test drove. So after all that, she is good to go. So I got 3 different oil leaks addressed. I can't complain. Now hopefully we don't have any issues or leaks for at least a long time, but I'm happy they're able to take care of it. So yeah, let me go ahead and drive around and then get up underneath the truck and see and show y'all everything that was done to it. So I'm pretty curious myself, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and jump underneath the truck. So let's go ahead and first check out the upper oil pan. The main reason why I took it in. All right, so I think this is a good angle right there. That looks pretty good. So as you can see, very limited, and I mean it's cleaned up. So you see some oil right there in the center of
of the screen, but that's above. That's on the block side, so nothing is. It's been cleaned out. All right, so here's the left side or the passenger side upper oil pan. It was leaking right there in the center, right behind that bolt. So that looks good. I do see some coolant on the bottom of the truck on the underside, so that's probably some residual fluid, I hope. Other than that, let's go ahead and check out the rear main seal. All right, so boom, there it is. So now what I'm going to do is just keep track, make sure that the leak doesn't come back. There isn't a leak period, so new oil filter, new oil, free oil change. So yeah, everything looks pretty good.
All right, guys, so I'm glad it first happened. This is the second time I took him to the dealership. First time was a shit show, but they took care of me this time. They did say, you know, as long as it's done before 60,000 miles, they're able to get you into a rental car. Something after the fact, I don't know why, but they just said that. So if you are looking to do this, get it done under warranty, deleted or non-deleted. It's a common issue, upper oil pan. Take a look for yourself, for your truck, just all over the engine block. Make sure you get that done through warranty before you bust out of that warranty window. But guys, go ahead and let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you do have a comment, go ahead and let me know down below. Share your experience. I know a bunch of subscribers. I read comments on YouTube videos all the time. I'm learning from experienced subscribers, viewers, all of that. So I do appreciate those comments when they do come in, and I still try and respond to every one of them all the time. But until next time, see y'all.